Welcome to this episode of Mainline Connect. I'm Jennifer Lynn Robinson, and my guest today is Marla McDermott, founder and president of the Walnut Club and iHeart PHL. Welcome, Marla.
Thanks, Jen. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So we like to start our show talking about, of course, networking. And I wanted to ask you about networking in Philadelphia, because a lot of people who aren't from here talk about, it's a very close-knit community. A lot of people grow up here together and kind of do business with family and friends and live next door to their aunt and their cousins. And a lot of the business that you have, especially with iHeart PHL, you're dealing with people who are coming in from outside of the city. I'm just curious kind of how you find Philly networking, how you navigate it, and how you're finding it.
I guess because I have the advantage of being a local from Philly, and I know I have an appreciation for how tight-knit it is, and I am able to take that and be a good consultant and a guide for newcomers that are entering the city and are looking to expand their networks, meet new people, grow their businesses. I'm able to use my background and understanding of how to best navigate the networking in Philly to actually break in through those barriers of entry and
your insider status. Yes, to people's advantage. That's good. So you have two successful businesses, and I'd like to at least talk about each one initially so people can understand, what it is they're about. Tell us about iHeart PHL. That's the business you started with, and tell us what that is and what you offer.
Great. Well, iHeart PHL is basically my love story for Philadelphia. It's my love letter to the city. I love the city. I'm born and raised. And I also, I think I fell in love with it even more so because I left it. I'd done a ton of traveling by myself independently. And that only reinforced my appreciation for what a world-class city my own hometown is. So when the inspiration behind iHeart PHL came when my husband's coworker, who was a young single woman in her 30s, relocated to Philadelphia from Australia and didn't have any friends, no professional or social network here.
Okay.
And I, knowing what that's like to be a single woman in a foreign city, I was determined to help her feel comfortable and connected and supported here. So I was just being myself and showed her around. I introduced her to everything from hair salons, nail salons, doctors, dentists, and also a group of girlfriends who she could rely on for support and not feel so homesick. And she was the one who actually, I call her the godmother of iHeart PHL because she's the one who inspired me and said, this is a service and a business that no one else is really offering, and
Right.
it was so important. And she credited me for helping her extend her contract in Philadelphia and fall in love with the city. So I thought what a great way to use all of my passions and skills to help someone fall in love with Philadelphia.
That's great. That's great. And so, kind of out of that has come the Walnut Club, which is your newest venture. Tell us how that transition happened.
So when I first launched iHeart PHL a few years ago, I networked a ton. I joined every professional networking organization for women I could find, but I really struggled to find the support I was looking for and the guidance, and I really just felt that everyone was just it was just a business card exchange, and there was no opportunities that I experienced to allow you to cultivate relationships where you can actually support each other and also tools and resources that I wasn't able to access. So and at the same time I started my business, I also joined a social club, a historic social club in the city. And I loved what I loved about that is the camaraderie of women from all different ages and backgrounds. And I thought this is such a great opportunity for me to get mentored by some women who have so much more experience than me. And I did like the social aspect and the programming. But I thought, well, perhaps the next evolution for women in networking is to combine the two worlds of social and professional and create our own version of the female version of the Old Boys Network.
Okay, like a modern day
Old Boys Club for women.
And that's kind of the concept behind the Walnut Club.
It is, yes.
So as far as the iHeart PHL business, how do you find your clients? How do your clients find you? Because, as you said, it's people coming to the city who have no network, who don't know about services and don't essentially have friends or contacts. How do they find you? How do you find them?
It's mostly been through word of mouth and through relationships with real estate agents and just my vast network of people. You just have to get out there and be active and build relationships and have people think of you when they know someone that's moving into the city.
Okay. And so you started the Walnut Club last year in 2015, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
8 months ago.
8 months ago. Yeah, I can't believe it's only been that long.
I know.
So tell me why you thought it was the right time to start the organization.
It just seemed something that I felt the city was lacking, and I thought I wasn't finding the support. It was basically everything that I always wanted to experience myself, but wasn't able to find. And then, but through my networking, I found other like-minded women who were also looking for the same type of experience and social and professional network. So I reached out to women in my network, and I came to them with the idea of, hey, I have this great idea of this Walnut Club, and are you interested in helping me get it off the ground? And they became the co-founders of the club, and it's been 8 successful months, and we have over 100 founding members. It's pretty exciting, and just to think that it came from just an idea I had to an actual tangible club that is making a difference in people's lives and has attracted so many ambitious, amazing, impressive, supportive women that I never would have been able to find otherwise.
And I recently attended your Founders Bash for the club, and it was really a wonderfully successful event, and it had to make you feel great that it's come to this place where we're signing a charter and there's all these members in such a short time.
Right, because we do have fabulous members like yourself, Jennifer, and it's been surreal. I think there's just been so fast paced, and there's so much to do. It's just I haven't had a chance to take it in yet.
Right.
But it is, when I do talk to people about it, it is, that's when I'm able to take a step back and think, wow, we've really accomplished a lot. And we wanted the Founders Bash, the purpose of the Founders Bash was to bring all of the founders together. We purposefully had it on the grounds of Independence Mall, overlooking the beautiful Independence Mall at night.
Very nice, yeah.
To tie into the fact that this is a cradle of liberty, this is where our founding fathers came together and had an idea, and decided they wanted something better. They wanted a better life and better choices and better options for each other. And so in that same vein, thank you, we had our own charter, and everyone signed it, and we were declaring this is a new movement that we're creating. It's personal evolution for women, for professional women. And it's just been very exciting.
It's been a great journey so far.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a lot of wonderful women's organizations out there, and I know I'm going to refer now to the Wow Woman, which is the woman of Walnut, the Wow Woman. Tell me what sets her apart and how, this organization is different than some other women's organizations.
So what sets us apart for the Wow Woman, as we call her, is a woman who's giving both in her communities and her companies, giving her time and of herself, not to a point where she's already overcommitted and exhausted,
right?
But it's that she has a network, a community of women that not only can she bring her skills and resources to, but also where she can fill her own well. Like, she can come, and it's the only thing that I know of that a woman can come. We have all kinds of diverse events, not just networking, but we have things like a hair blowout event. We want to do wellness and workout together. There was an
opera event, right?
We went to the night of the opera. And we had champagne reception and met the Pulitzer Prize winning female composer.
Yeah.
So we have these amazing, unique experiences that we were able to offer our members. We immerse them in arts and culture, and we have guests. We're kicking off a speaker series of female leaders throughout the city.
Wonderful.
That's going to be a combination of them talking about their background and also a conversation. So like our own fireside chats.
I love that idea.
We have our Walnut Club Perks program, where all members get exclusive access, discounts to various vendors throughout the city, gyms, nail salons, restaurants. We're launching a job board where women can post jobs, and we are going to launch next year a mentorship program as well.
So a lot of things in the works.
Lots of things in the works.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
We'd like to expand as soon as we can, but we closed our enrollment to 100 founding members, and now we are getting ready to open up enrollment again. In the spring. Next month there'll be an announcement.
Great.
And
I know there's a long waiting list, right?
We have, yes, we're blessed. We have over 50 women on the wait list now to get in, and we're looking to only have another 100 seats available in the club, because we do want to grow it slowly and make sure that the current members are getting the value and the services and the experience that they are looking for.
That's great. So tell me just generally why you think it's important for women to network with other women and to have kind of that community.
I love that expression, that quote, women should lift as they rise, or as they climb, they should lift other women up.
Yeah.
So it's just, we are so giving and so caring and so supportive, and it's just, there's no other, besides going to the business card exchange, there hasn't really been an opportunity for us to come into a community together for professional women and support each other.
Yeah, and it's definitely a different vibe in networking with women as opposed to going to some of those co-ed events. There's no denying that.
But this is true,
Yeah.
and I think that after our Founders Bash, what we all, the co-founders and I said that the greatest measure of our success, to me, especially at that point when so many women came to that party, and a few of them never met anyone before, never met the other 100 founding members, and for them all to say how they felt so welcomed and so comfortable in a room full of women is the best compliment I think we could offer, because we do want it to be, we're not competitive. We have everyone sign guiding principles they have to abide by when they apply. That states that it's a community of women that are not that are for women and want to help them in any way they can.
Yeah.
Help each other as we all reach our own professional and personal goals.
That's great. So you've been an entrepreneur now for a number of years. What would you say your biggest challenge has been as an entrepreneur?
Oh, trusting in myself.
Okay.
I think, there's that great quote from Steve Jobs saying that no one is smarter than you are. It's just you know better than you. You have your own ideas and dreams. So just bring it to the world, and you'll find others who will also want the same things. And I think that's been the biggest lesson I've had to learn.
And you really have. I mean, especially with Walnut Club, as you said, it started with an idea, and then you started kind of marketing it to some of your network, and you have this great board of advisors now, and everybody shared in your idea, and look how it's blown up now. So,
yeah, it's very humbling. It's very amazing.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I'm very lucky.
So one of the things I saw on your website is that you describe yourself as a go-to girl. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of give our viewers some of your favorites.
Right.
So I just picked out a few. What is your favorite place to get a taco in Philadelphia?
Oh, it's so funny you should ask, because I just attended Philly Current Magazine had their 4-year anniversary party, and PC Picks, it's like their best of issue. I attended that the other day, and they had I've been reading about Revolution Taco. I think it's at 21st and Walnut.
I'm dying to go there. I've heard great things.
I've read about it, and it is spectacular. It is the best. So that takes the cake. And also, I do love Locopeds in Fishtown. So that's not in Center City. But.
Okay, still in the city. Yeah. And what about our favorite place to grab a drink?
Oh, I'm a martini girl, and I like a good classic martini. And I love going to Southwark.
Okay.
They just changed owners, but it's still fabulous and fantastic for a great martini.
Okay. Favorite place to get a blowout? You mentioned a blowout event earlier. What's your favorite place to go?
Well, we had an event at Studio CL. That was the event that hosted us. We had champagne and food, and all the members got their hair blown out. The members who came at Studio CL in Rittenhouse on 19th Street, 19th and Walnut. And I've been going back there ever since to get blowouts.
Is it the kind of place where you can just walk in, or do you need appointments?
It depends on the day.
Okay.
During the week, there's more opportunities to walk in. Yeah.
Great, and Rittenhouse sounds like a great location to be able to do that. So, yeah. Okay, last one. If you had to sit down and do some serious work with a good cup of coffee, where would you go?
Oh, I do like Good Karma at 10th and Pine.
Okay, yeah. I'm a fan. I think my favorite place to do that, although I don't get there often, is the La Colombe in Fishtown. I just love the whole vibe there. I could sit there for the whole day. The architecture, the yummy food and coffee, the people watching. It's just the best to me.
I agree.
Yeah.
And the nitrous, the coffee.
Oh yeah, they have that special. Now I can't remember the name of it, but it's some kind of combination of coffee on tap, right?
Or coffee on tap, or
yeah,
it's pretty
yeah.
great.
I wish I could remember the special name they have for it, but it's phenomenal.
You should go and try it.
You should definitely try it. Yeah. So, how do you stay in the know with all this stuff? Like, how do you stay so current with what's going on and where people should go, where you should hold events, what's the best place to go for the taco, and all of it? How do you stay in the know?
I think because I'm just obsessed with staying in the know. I sign up for tons of newsletters, everything I get my hands on. I'm out networking constantly. I'm meeting people constantly. I'm just ferocious about finding out the newest and greatest and best, everything that the city has to offer. So I'm able to then take that knowledge and then help others and share that information with others as well.
That's great. That's great. So kind of staying on that course of, you're talking about going out every night and networking, with my job, obviously, since I help people with networking, I'm out pretty much every night as well. And it can get, you can get burned out, and sometimes you can step back and feel like you're out all the time, but you're not necessarily growing your business in the right way. And sometimes you're pulled in different directions. Maybe a couple friends or business partners are having events the same night. How do you prioritize that? How do you decide where to spend your time? If you have the multiple events in one night, are you trying to go to 2-3 events in a night, or do you pick one? And is it better to network at one or to go a little bit to 2 or 3 different events in a night? Like, how do you manage all of that for yourself?
Yeah, I'm sure just like with you, it's a case-by-case basis, and I see like what logistically what events I can make it to and how long I can stay at each event. And I'm also strategic when I get there. I try not to waste time. I try to, I love one of the great advice that you've given in your talks about networking is to find the host and thank the host. I think that's very important to do that. So I always make sure that's my first priority when I walk into an event. And I always try to meet at least 3 different people that I've never met before and say hi to people that I have, and try not to get too caught up. I think especially as a woman and seeing my friends out, it's hard not to get caught up in these conversations with the same people, because it's long conversations, I should say, that prohibits you from actually talking to other people that you don't know yet.
Yeah.
So it's just...
you're always happy to see your friends, and then you don't really want to cut that off because you have the good rapport, obviously. You want to catch up with people, but you're right. I mean, I always, and you said the same thing, making a goal of meeting a few new people at least at each event, and telling yourself you're not going to leave until you do that. At least you feel like you've accomplished that by the time you leave.
I do, and I also think it's important not to just hand my business card to someone.
No. Yeah.
To make sure that you actually do have that time, that actually have a conversation with someone.
Yeah.
Because nothing's worse. I hate getting personally spammed by someone. Here, take my card, and then they walk away, and I don't even know who the person is, or why would I recommend them? I don't even know who they are.
Right. And then, you have the opposite. You have the people come up to you and say, do you have a card? Can I have it? And then as soon as they take it, they're on to the next person. You think, well, that was great. That was a great conversation.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Yeah. So no, that's not what you want to do at networking events. So shifting gears a little, I know that you love to bike around Philly, and as a result, you've had a couple really cool opportunities that have come about from that. I know there was a fashion show that you were involved in, and there was also a great story that was done about some bike people in Philly that included you. You want to tell us a little more about that?
Right. It's been funny. So when I went backpacking through. I mentioned earlier I've loved to travel, and I went a couple times to Holland and to different cities throughout Holland, and I loved, especially like Utrecht and of course Amsterdam, and seeing the Europeans with their bicycles and the baskets with the flowers, and I thought, seeing all the women in their suits and their high heels going to work, I thought, that is so cool. I'd love to bring that to Philly and start doing that in the city. So I have a bike with flowers on the basket, and I especially get little girls who point and tell me how much they love it more than anything, and people seem to smile at me more. So I think that bike gets more attention than I do. So I've been asked to photograph me and the bike and tell my story, and then I was asked to participate in a fashion show. The new thing that the Bicycle Coalition did for the first time is a different type of fundraiser to showcase Philadelphians different in their lifestyle with bicycling.
Okay, that's really neat.
It was lots of fun.
Yeah, the pictures looked great. It looked like it was a lot of fun, and I would think also because of the amount of bike riding you do, that also helps you learn about the city a lot, right?
It does. I think it's the greatest way to explore the city is through bike and walking. I'm always turning on go different routes everywhere I go, and I'm always discovering something new that opened up, and makes me want to lock my bike up and actually go in and find out what the new place is and what they're offering.
So I want to make sure that we talk about some of the great press that Walnut Club has been getting. I mean, even just this week, I think, or last week, there was something that got picked up by CBS Philly, was it?
Yeah, it was an article that was done by this communication company, the startup of the Drexel, and it's called Argyle Communications, and then that article was featured in Drexel, and then it got picked up by CBS Philly.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, it was a great blurb about the Walnut Club. It's a great summary of what we have to offer.
And I think that from what I remember, the article, it was talking about what are some of the organizations people should check out around the city, right?
For female entrepreneurs.
For female entrepreneurs. So, the fact that you've been in existence a short time and that you made the cut to this article, you should feel pretty good about that.
I was very, very happy about that.
Yeah.
Right, because it wasn't even anything that it was unsolicited, which is great. We were just so busy just trying to produce great events and great product and great value for our members that we're not even thinking about. We haven't done that yet, an outreach to media yet.
Yeah, so you should definitely be commended and feel great about that.
So we're getting the right attention.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. So what do you think is a book that either you have on your night table that you're reading now or that just has been a big influence for you that you could share with our viewers?
Oh, wow. Okay, so great question. So right now I'm reading 2 books on my nightstand. One is The Confidence Effect. It's written by Grace Kalea.
Yeah. Who's a member?
Who's also a member of the Walnut Club. She's amazing. She runs, she's president of Half the Sky Leadership. I'm also in her leadership program right now. I'm very lucky for that, experience that as well. And it's just a wonderful book. I think every woman should read it, especially if she's in the corporate world.
Okay.
It's very straightforward. It's very helpful. I love that book. And the other book I'm reading is called The Power of Receiving, and that's written by Amanda Owen. It's actually an interesting story.
Who's also a member.
Who's also a member of the Walnut Club. So this is, I guess, one example of how I operate is that I try to also to take inspired action when I get an idea. So somehow in my Facebook feed, I discovered this book called The Power of Receiving. So I got the book right away, even though I have a ton of books from Amazon I haven't read. Something told me to get this book. I've read only up to the first chapter, and something told me to reach out to this author and tell her what a magnificent book. It's been life-changing so far.
Okay.
And the first time ever I sent an author a fan email. And to my surprise, because I know she's in Arizona, well, to my surprise, she responded a day later and said that she just moved to, of all places, Ardmore.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize she lived so close to me.
She's in Ardmore. Yeah. So I said, oh, my God, you're in Ardmore now. So we got together, and I told her about the Walnut Club, and I invited her to come out to one of our events. She loved the concept and joined, and now she's my coach, and now she's my receiving coach, and that's been great as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
So you just never know.
You never know
where inspiration is going to come from, and we're also talking about hosting. We want to roll out in the spring. Walnut Club University or education or courses.
Okay.
And she will be teaching an online program to all of our members about how we can be better as receivers in life.
That's great.
Yeah.
And those are 2 great books for our viewers to keep in mind. So thank you for that.
Power of Receiving and The Confidence Effect.
Okay. So what about something on your personal bucket list, not related to all these business endeavors we've been talking about? Is there something that you have as a personal goal for this year or beyond?
Another great question, Jennifer. I'm turning 40 in the fall.
Okay. It's a big one.
It's a big one. And since I started my business, I haven't been able to travel for quite some years. So I thought a great way for me, personal thing I want to do is have a birthday weekend with the girls' weekend in Paris.
Nice.
To celebrate my birthday. That's what I'd love to do.
Okay, great. So you're planning that for the fall, or?
I am, and I'm going to be working with another Walnut Club woman member, Chloe Johnson, of course, to create that amazing experience. I want to have dinner and drinks and wine at a Parisian's apartment and do some shopping with some girls and have some delicious pastries and baguettes and all that good stuff when I'm in Paris.
That sounds like a great way to celebrate your 40th birthday. And I'm actually going to be working with her as well. My husband and I are celebrating our 10th wedding anniversary in January, and we are planning a Paris-London trip. We've never been to Europe, so that's really exciting. And I know he's not going to let me do a shopping trip since we're going to be together, and, he's not all about the shopping like I am. But I'm at least going to have Chloe and her team help me for an afternoon or a day and navigate some of the great Paris shopping. I'm really excited about it.
That's going to be great.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. So as far as how people can reach you, if they want to get involved with I Heart PHL, maybe they know somebody who's moved to the city, or maybe they've been in the city a while, but they just haven't found the support and the network they're looking for. And also, of course, if people are interested in getting on the wait list for the membership to join the Walnut Club, tell our viewers how people can reach you and how they can get in touch.
Great. Yeah. So if you know an executive, and especially the traveling spouse of an executive that's relocating to Philadelphia, that's looking to expand his or her network, and get connected and plugged into the city, you can go to iHeartPHL, and you can also email me directly at Marla at iHeartPHL. The Walnut Club's website is walnutclub.org. My email address there is marla at walnutclub.org. And there's a link at the top that says waitlist if you want to get on the waitlist, because we are opening enrollment first to all the members of the waitlist, and then we're going to offer it to the public after that. Or not to the public, because it's invitation only, private club, but people that aren't on the people on the wait list get first dibs at the 100 slots available.
Okay, and then after the 100, that's pretty much it for a while.
We think so.
Yeah. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. If you are interested in the Walnut Club, you're going to have limited numbers, limited time frame.
And we're working on some pretty exciting, we can't make announcements just yet, but we're working on some pretty exciting programming, unique, very exclusive programming now through the summer. We already have a full events calendar through to the fall, but I can't wait to make that announcement once we're able to.
That's great. So, again, since we're going back to networking, because that's what I'm about, has there been any particular networking organization besides obviously your own that has been helpful to you? I apologize for the cough. Yeah.
YB Connected is a young leaders network in Center City. Although there is, I think, one woman and about 14 men. I think men are just as helpful as women with networking. So I'm not intimidated. I'm not intimidated either to go to a man's networking group. I'm attending an event tonight. It's hosted by Philly Man Magazine, and that's it's Philly Man, New Jersey Man have a legacy club. It's another networking organization. So that's another helpful. Everyone there has been pretty helpful as well.
Yeah, YB Connected, I think, is a great one because we have a mutual friend, Matt Blank, who actually introduced us.
Yes.
That's
great.
So that's a good connection. And he's a sweetheart, and he's one of the founding members of that organization. And YB Connected is a great young professional organization. So they do a couple big signature events during the year. They usually get several hundred people at the events, and definitely something to check out if you're a young professional in and around the city.
Right.
And I've been to some of the Philly Man and Jersey Man magazine events, and they can also be very good networking events, so good examples. And I guess the last thing I want to talk about is what do you have coming up as far as events for the Walnut Club? So if people who are maybe looking to either check it out or join, what are some of the things coming up for the Walnut Club?
So next month, April 12th, we are having an exclusive event with Ballet X. Ballet X is celebrating its 10-year anniversary this month, and so they are having a spring performance, but I think it starts on the 20th. Tickets usually always sell out for Ballet X shows, but this is the first time they've ever offered an opportunity like this for only members of the Walnut Club and our guests. On Tuesday evening, the 12th of April, we're going to their performance center and watching them rehearse and interacting with the dancers and having champagne and wine and food.
So really an inside view.
And it's an inside view while we can network and get to know members and guests as well. So that's something fun and exciting that if people are interested in coming to meet some members of the Walnut Club, that's you can sign up for that once we make the announcement on the website. We have everything on our website, and in our newsletter has links that you can register for events.
Okay. Anything else coming up? Maybe like one more event you want to tell people about?
So, and then that's April and May. We're kicking off a speaker series.
Okay.
I think it's going to be the second Friday of every month.
And
I think it's Friday, May 12th.
Okay. Will it be a breakfast event, a lunch,
I think it's going to be a breakfast.
Okay.
But we'll make announcements soon, and we have announcement of who the first speaker will be coming out soon as well.
That's under wraps right now.
Under wraps.
Okay.
But it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Conversations with high-profile women making an impact in the city and in companies.
I look forward to it. That's great. Well, thank you so much for coming on and telling us all about iHeartPHL and the Walnut Club. And we look forward to following more of the progress of this wonderful organization.
Thank you so much, Jennifer, for having me on.
Thanks. Until next time, we'll see you for the next episode. Thank you for joining us.